Kwando was one of the most technologically advanced civilizations built underground in 2144. Using artificial intelligence, they discovered that the next stage of human evolution was coming in the next century. According to their research, a new organ would be able to regenerate limbs, purify water, and the ability to fight cancer cells. Even if these were just predictions, the government of Kwando did not like the idea of human evolution granting them abilities that would make them harder to control. Their initial plan was to stop human evolution, but they figured it was not bulletproof. They wondered, what if the next stage of evolution is inevitable, and even if they could delay human evolution, it was not good enough for the government. A plan needed to come to action fast, which started Operation Bee Hive in 2148. They wanted to control the citizens to still worship and protect the government just how bees would to their queen. The engineering team used artificial intelligence to simulate how citizens would react to different crisis situations. If they said a nuclear or chemical missile attack, then funding for government nuclear fallout shelters would be costly and higher rates of suicides will be consequence. A virus crisis, however, was just enough to create anxiety and panic with the least suicides. Another benefit of the virus crisis is how would any citizens know the true contents of the vaccine? Going with the virus crisis, Substern was the name for the fake virus, and a free vaccine would be accessible to the public. There will be two types of vaccines developed, one for the government including law enforcement and one for the civilians. Within 2 years, 80% of the citizens had been vaccinated. Most of the initial effects of the Substern vaccine were like all the others before it, which is why none of the citizens were suspicious. Around 3 to 4 months, vaccinated citizens were noticing liver problems, brain fog, anxiety, and crying fits. Around 5 months to a year, the unvaccinated were starting to report major personality changes in the vaccinated citizens. Substern did interviews of the unvaccinated who left Kwando for their investigation. We made sure the unvaccinated group that showed up for the interview had no relationship to each other with various backgrounds such as gender, age, and ethnicity. We asked them to give more details about the abnormal behavior and personality changes. According to their answers, they felt like there was an emotional barrier when trying to interact or connect with a citizen that took the vaccine, even if they were a family member or close friend. We asked if this occurs even if they don't know you're unvaccinated. All reported yes. They also stated it was like the vaccinated citizens had a hard time relating or understanding people who didn't take the vaccine on an emotional level. How vaccinated citizens would speak to them was very similar to a chatbot or an automated voice message. Hostility, aggressiveness, and irritability ranging from mild to severe was another observation of their interactions, regardless if the unvaccinated were family, friends, or strangers. A key detail was the vaccinated citizens never showed all these unusual behaviors amongst each other, and they would get along just fine. When Substern got a sample of the vaccine, we discovered that there was an engineered parasite that would take over the host's brain, nervous system, and alter their DNA. This type of parasite is similar to the ones that take over the praying mantis or a snail. Substern theorizes the personality changes in the vaccinated citizens as the parasite's way of defending the host to keep it safe and filter out unwanted interactions. This hinted that parasite can somehow detect a fellow parasite in another person. Further research shows the parasite still has room for further mutation in the future. When or will the mutation ever stop is not known. The Substern vaccine the government and law enforcement took is the alpha version of the parasite without all the negative side effects. This is how the government got their citizens to submit to their every decision, and now, everyone will think just like their own government. How exactly the alpha and beta parasites identify each other has not been solved. Even if the vaccine doesn't stop the ability for their citizens to reach the next level of evolution, it will stop one important thing, if not more important than human evolution, stopping the ability for people to think for themselves. There is an old saying, if everyone is thinking the same thing, then no one is thinking.